Alright guys, so here's the top-down shot.
What's up, Reefers? Welcome back to another episode of Zoo Tank Boys. I know, it's crazy. Manny, I thought the tank was shut down. I thought you got abducted by aliens. Where you been? I'm here. So, I'm here to give you guys a Reef update. The tank is doing well. I read all the comments, and I will tell you, there were a couple comments that got me spicy. Excited to come back and just get back in it, right? So, when you do this whole YouTube thing on top of also being a reefer, sometimes it feels like you have a second job, right? And we lose focus on why we started the hobby, right? This is a hobby. It's to have fun, right? And sometimes, you could get caught up in all the craziness, sponsors, and blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, we're doing this to have fun, right? So I feel like I took a much-needed break. So just to clear the air, a couple people asked, was there a falling out with you and Hector? No, me and Hector are best friends, right? I've known Hector since I was 15 years old. Funny enough, Hector actually just got a job at the same place where I'm at, right? So I see him almost every single day, so everything is awesome with Hector. Hector still has the 90-gallon water box. I think it's an 80-gallon water box, which we are going to be talking about at some point, I'm sure. So it's been really, really good. I think you guys are going to be excited about what you're going to see because this thing right here, you can't really see it because there's no filter. But I'm going to put a filter, and what you're going to see is hopefully going to make you excited, right? Because the tank is doing great. Huge shout out to everybody who left comments, who's been reaching out. Sometimes, when you're doing this hobby and you're posting stuff, you don't realize how many people kind of follow you and are into it, right? So it makes me feel pretty good. So I appreciate you guys. Enough rambling. Real quick, if you like what you're seeing, of course, like, subscribe, leave a comment. I feel so weird saying that. I haven't said that in so long. Let's go.
Alright, Reefers, so here we have the innovative marine lagoon. Yes, it's time for an update. So since you guys saw this tank, unless you've been following TikTok, this tank has had some changes. So, as you guys can see, a lot of things have grown in pretty well. Gomez and Morticia are still here doing great. Huge black widow anemone back there thriving. I got super lucky with that NEM because if you guys remember, if you watched the video, I actually won that NEM from Top Shelf Aquatics in one of the mystery raffles. And it's popped off like 6 or 7 babies. I gave Illusion Reefer one. I've traded in a couple. I gave Hector some. So that anemone has really done very well. So there's so many updates to talk about, so many things. So I don't think I'm going to be able to dive into everything. So this is just going to be a more overall update regarding corals, fish, and I will get more into specifics about probably equipment and stuff like that because it's been about a year since I've showcased this tank. So first thing, let's talk about the obvious, right? The corals. There's a lot of changes, a lot of growth. Let me reset. Let me see if I can reset the coloration on this real quick. Okay. So since you guys saw this tank, I've really gotten into SPS. So I'm trying to get my hands on it. I feel like I have some sticks. We do have some growth. I do have some favorites in there, which shockingly are the easy ones. PC Rainbow. I'll do a top-down shot in a little bit, but PC Rainbow, got that as a little nub, growing really great. That one is Jason Fox Acid Trip, doing very well. Maleficent, ooh, let's get the orange out of there. Maleficent right there. Got that from Top Shelf Aquatics in one of the sales. Helios, Frag, Worldwide Corals. That coral right there, the Helios, tells me if my phosphates are high. That SPS will brown out immediately if your nutrients are a little high. So, a lot of really cool stuff. Kind of got back into the torch game a little bit. Jester torch, got that one from a local reefer. And then we got that torch for free from somebody on Instagram, and it's been doing very well. I've been very hesitant to get any torches. The colors right now, you can kind of see that's a holy grail. It started out as a single polyp, now there are 2. You can kind of see it's almost done splitting. I've been super hesitant on getting torches just because, a long time ago I went through an ugly brown jelly phase. And I don't know, it kind of scarred me a little bit. So, but they have been in that torch has been in here for about 6 months, I think. Split, healthy. I don't give them a lot of flow, but so far so good. What else do we have in here? Really, really awesome colony of white zombies. I do believe that white zombies, seductions, all that strand, it matters. The original strand, the health of it. Yes, your parameters do matter, but the original source it comes from will mean a lot, because this one, I've had white zombies before, and A, they didn't grow like crazy, and B, they weren't that beautiful and big, and they always died. So these have been very, very good, very strong. We got some Tagers in the back, some Rastas. I'll do a top-down shot. There's a lot of Zoas in there. Of course, this might be one of my top favorite corals in the aquarium at the moment, the Amazeball Ghani. So this Ghani has popped out so many babies. Literally, it makes the ball and drops it. There's even been times where we pull it off because we see it's about to drop and we don't want to lose it. 1 back there, 2, 3, 4. That one right there was a little frag I gave Illusion Reef. It wasn't doing too hot in his aquarium, so I brought it back. I'm hoping I can bring it back and save it. But this tank has been going. I mean, regarding rock, livestock, I mean, a lot of the stuff in here, you know, it's a couple years old, right? So we're now getting to that point where we're on cruise control. I don't have any filters other than an orange lens, and the colors look awesome. Yeah, I'm just taking it slow so you guys can take a good look. Side profile, got that little Ultron Favia as a single polyp. That one right there, I've had that one called Crazy T, Compow, so many names. Funny enough, this guy right here was a freebie as a little nub. So hardy. It's probably wild. I don't think that's aquaculture. And it's the longest polyp, super healthy. And what's so funny is many times we try to chase the hottest corals, but sometimes the ones that are basic do so healthy and so good in their tank. You know, so Spongoti. Shout out to Trash Panda. I got that little thing a couple years ago from his farm. It was a single polyp. Turned into a colony there, and then I recently took a baby and put it right there. Let's take a look at the side shots. Side shots are very underrated. Look at this little acanth garden back here. Micromusa, got that one from one of my buddies. He used to go by the Reef Don on social media. I don't think he has that Instagram anymore, but it was a single polyp. Sean, so if you're watching, look at that. That Holy Grail Micro. I also got that one from him. So here's a funny story about acans, and I do have a theory. This guy completely turned red on me. Completely red, completely red, completely red. A month ago, I created this island. Look at the colors are back. Look at the yellow rings, the white innards, the green with the little stripes, the stripes, the stripes. Even that one turned all blue, and look at all the stripes. I'm starting to think when it comes to acans, highlight LED lights change the coloration of the acan. Probably towards a red or towards a blue, but it eliminates that really uniqueness of it. The only one truly that stayed original to its color is the Holy Grail Micromusa. And maybe that's why it's so popular. Okay, so let me keep showing you guys around a little bit, and then we'll do a top-down shot. Euphilia Garden, doing very, very well. I've had some scares with these guys because they got so big, I recently had to move it. That big one, honestly, the size of a basketball, that part broke off. So I had to lift the whole colony up. I had to glue it. But it's opening up little by little. As you guys can see, seems healthy. Seems good. That monster. If you guys have been following Zootangbos for a very long time, I got that as a single polyp. And about a year ago, I traded in probably 50 heads to Top Shelf. And I got like $1,000. And look how many heads that thing has. Incredible. It's a showpiece for sure. And of course, Splatter Hammer right there. Now I finally have a couple heads. Started out as a single head. Okay, so regarding the source of where you get things. Got that one from a local reefer. It's doing great. Doing great. nothing bad. Actually, it was closed for a couple weeks. It's opening up. It's getting the pink, doing fantastic. That's a Grandmaster Krakatoa. And many of you guys might see that and be like, dude, that's not a Grandmaster Krakatoa. It is. It's getting its coloration. I went to another reefer's house who had an abundance of Grandmaster Krakatoas. It was a nuisance in his aquarium. Look at those. They were a nuisance. Okay? He had to throw them away because he had so many of them. Where you get yours matters. Now, that one's healthy. That's a good one. No knock to the reefer that gave me that. I actually get tons of coral from this person. Huge shout out to them, right? But this one was growing as a nuisance and the other dude's tanking. Low light. So going back to what I said, I do think the source of where you get your coral is massive. There are some changes that I want to do to this aquarium. I do feel like I could use a hair more light. Right now I'm running 2 AI blades, a glow in the back and a glow in the front, and 3 XR15s. I have 2 6s and a 15 and a Gen 5. So I could use one more Radion and I could use maybe another bar. But maybe not, right? Maybe not. So everything is doing great. This right here is a colony of frozen apples. I moved it yesterday and I kind of squished it a little bit. So that should be good in a couple days. Frank is okay. He was struggling for a very long time. So I kind of made a rookie mistake, and I'm sure I'll do a video about it because I'm sure this happens to many people. I'm making my RO water. My TDS meter went bad. And because I stayed consistent to my maintenance, I assumed that my TDS was 0 in my RO unit. That sucker was through the roof. So mushroom wasn't happy. I started getting hair algae, and I started chasing other sources. Eventually, shout out to Hector, he had a TDS meter that wasn't open. I replaced mine, and that's what I found out the problem was. And I was able to adjust. So sorry guys, I'm rambling a little bit. I haven't done a video in so long, and I felt like there was so much to update you guys on. Space Invader Pectinia, another one I got from Sean as a little nugget, as a single frag. That thing right now is probably 6 inches, 7 inches tall. Same across, it's a monster. And I recently got a little frag of a rainbow Pectinia from a shop in Vero Beach. I'll try to remember the name. I can't remember it, but it was a really cool, it was like hidden little warehouse, but it was awesome. Yeah, but I know a lot of people have been asking me, dude, where are the videos? Dude, how's the tank? Is it still running? It's still running. As you guys can see, it's thriving. It is thriving. I am going to do a video on my dosing regimens because I do think, I mean, it's been a year since I posted and I feel like I've done okay. But I attribute that to dosing, husbandry. I can't say 100% water changes because I'll be honest, I've done maybe 2 or 3 in the last 12 months. Right? Water changes are my emergency. I pull the emergency whenever things aren't happy and whenever I've done everything that I typically do. Granted, this is a pretty decent aged aquarium, so that's probably why I could get away with it. Okay? But it's a little bit of dusting your corals every day. My cyanobed, I have a little stick right here. This is my trusty tool. Every day I come in from work and I'll fix the cyanobed a little bit. I scrape the glass every day. I am meticulous on my aquarium. And Reef Casa, don't think I forgot about you guys. Check this out. I got the 12 studio, the Reef Casa 12 studio down there. Rocket is still in there, my little maroon, thriving. This system, what am I going to do with it? Well, now that this tank is going gung-ho, I'm probably going to treat that not as a fragging system, because one thing about me is I hate frag system because they usually look like crap. But down there, I want to put mushrooms, and I want to put stuff that's... I have so many natural frags that happen here. I can tell you how many times I'll come home. The other day, there was a huge frag of the Bali slime ball that broke. Monties. I mean, there's always so much stuff that sell frags in here. And I don't know where to put it, and I try to give it away, and sometimes I just lose it, in the mayhem, right? I'll put it in a corner down there, and then the dust, and then the flow blows it out. So now I have an extra aquarium down there. Like, if this guy keeps popping babies, I can only have so many of those, right? That's a frog of Rasta. Well, once I show you the top-down shot, there's a huge colony of that in the back. This guy here, the Stellaria chalice, I had to glue it back there. There's a huge colony back there, right? So this guy pops off so many frags that I'm always having to move him. So moral of the story is, it's always good to have a second little area where you could store all your stuff. But enough talking, let me do this. Let me take the top off and let me show you guys a top-down shot, because this tank is doing 10 out of 10. And I don't know, maybe I've been in the hobby a while now. I get more excited about talking about chemistry, the equipment, the behind the scenes, because we're really water keepers. We keep water and sand, right? We don't really keep coral. We kind of do, but it's more about the other stuff. So let me take this off and then we'll keep talking. All right, guys, so here's the top-down shot. So as you can see, this might surprise you. I haven't turned off any power heads. So you might ask yourself, dude, what the heck? You don't do a lot of flow in your tank? I don't think corals like a lot of flow. SPS, yes, they do. And I try to have that little that little return nozzle up on the sticks. You can kind of see, you can't see it from here, but the sticks get some decent flow. Power heads right there. I don't believe that corals love being blasted with flow, which is not my theory. One today I'll come in here, I'll dust, so I gotta dust this little guy. The Monty's typically gotta get dusted. This is a Lagoon aquarium. And one of the things that inspired me with this aquarium, believe it or not, was Worldwide Corals used to have an old store in Kissimmee, Florida. And in Casper, I believe Casper lived in an aquarium. I think it was like a 180. And you would walk in and that thing was stocked with corals. So ever since I saw that a long time ago, I always wanted to have a lagoon. There we have the periwinkle Monty with the Tyree green Monty. Behind it, it's a pink boobies chalice. I do want to move that because honestly, I don't want to lose it. Anti-venom Cyphastria growing strong in the back, right next to the meteor shower Cyphastria. That one right there is a Bizarro Cyphastria, which completely died a while back. It was somewhere else. And I said, let me not give up, and I glued it back there, and that thing has taken off. This right here, shout out to Living Reef. I don't really go to their stores, but I'll give credit where credit's due. Go to focus. Come on. That Cyphastria you see right there, they call it the SpongeBob. I got that a long time ago. It's just now starting to take off, and it's unlike any Cyphastria I've ever seen. Couple mentions, right? Exospheres. Exospheres, let's get a little focus. Okay, right there we have the exospheres. Those back in the day were like $500 a polyp. Now they're not that expensive, but still beautiful, beautiful zoa with tons of colors. You notice how some of them are dull, but then the back has some crazy patterns. Mind Trick Zoanthids. This one I struggled with in the past, and now it's going like a beast. I got a milling colony. One of the sleeper zoanthids, one of my favorites, if not my favorite. Scrambled eggs, super cheap, grows great, adds tons of color, and it's resilient. I always recommend it as a starter zoa. I even have different little colonies everywhere because I'm such a fan of it. But we got some stuff, right? Up there we have pink diamonds, white zombies, tasers, rastas. There's so much room for corals. I'm actually excited for Reefapalooza because I feel like it's been a while since I've actually gone crazy buying corals. I feel like me and my buddies Illusion Reefer and some of the dudes, right, Hector's kind of getting back into it, so. But yeah, guys, leave a comment, let me know what you think. It's been a while since I've done a video. I'd love to update you guys weekly on what's going on, because this aquarium is taking off, it's doing well. Couple corals that I'm looking to get now are corals like mushrooms. I'm crazy about an OG bounce, radioactive, biohazard. Chalices are still on my radar, sticks. I mean, I'm all over the place, right? So, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts.
All right, Reefers, so I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of Zoa Tank Boys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Guys, I'm back. I feel the energy. Woo! All right, I need to calm down. I had an espresso. It's 5 o'clock, and I'll work tomorrow. All right, till next time. Zoa Tank Boys out.